Within the Software Design and Development Unit of National 5 Computer Science, you'll be required to design the validation for the inputs identified in a particular problem. In this video, we're going to look at a series of exam-style questions that ask you to do exactly that. Here is our first question. A program is created to sell tickets for a theatre show. The design is shown below. So in our design, we have got a flowchart that's broken up into a series of steps. Step 1 is that we store the cost of the standard and concession tickets. We then get the number of standard tickets ordered and get the number of concession tickets ordered. It is decided to limit the number of tickets purchased to 10. These can be made up of any combination of standard or concession tickets. Where the user tries to purchase too many tickets, a suitable error message will be displayed. Using a design technique of your choice, create a design for the input of number of standard and concession tickets. Pause the video now and have a go at designing the input validation for this question. Now the key information in this question is that we're limiting the tickets purchased to 10. However, these tickets can be made up of a combination of standard or concession tickets. So in order to validate this, we need to know the total number of tickets. So our first step will be to get the number of standard tickets. We then get the number of concession tickets. Next, our program will work out the total, which is the number of standard tickets plus the number of concession. Now, if our total is greater than 10, we want an error to be displayed. So total greater than 10, display error. And we want this error message to be displayed whilst the total is greater than 10. Once the error message has been displayed, we then need to re-ask for the number of standard tickets, the number of concession tickets, and then we need to work out the total again. And there is our complete input validation for this question. Now this question is worth 5 marks. So we are likely to get 1 for having the while loop, 1 for the condition in the while loop, 1 for the error, 1 mark for getting the number of standard and concession tickets, and then 1 mark for working out the total number of tickets. Moving now on to question 2. A program is being designed for a coffee shop that will allow customers to transfer money to their coffee shop account and pay for purchases. The customer enters their coffee shop account number and password, then a 16-character bank card number, a 4-character card expiry date, and the amount of money to transfer to the account. Using a design technique of your choice, design an efficient solution to ensure that the card number of only 16 characters can be entered. An error message should be displayed if the incorrect number of characters is entered and the customer asked to re-enter the card number. Pause the video now and design the input validation required by this program. As well as requiring the use of input validation, this program also requires us to use one of our predefined functions, because we want the card number to be 16 characters in length. So our predefined function that we are going to use is our length function that will give us the length of the variable that contains the card number. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the card number from the user. We're then going to set the card number length to the length of the input from the user. Now, whilst the card number length is not equal to 16, we're going to display an error. And once the error message has been displayed, we're going to repeat the first 2 steps of our solution. Get the card number, work out the card number length, and then we have the final input validation for this program. Let me very quickly explain to you how this code works. On this first line here, we ask the user to put in a card number. So say for example I enter 18472. On our second line we work out the length of that card number, which in this case is 5. Our while statement means because 5 is not equal to 16, we see the error on our screen. Once we've seen the error, we are asked to enter in the card number again. This time, if we put in a 16-digit number, we then measure the length of this number, which is equal to 16. And because 16 is not equal to 16, we exit the while loop and continue with the rest of our program. This question is worth 4 marks, so we're likely to get awarded 1 mark for the while loop, 1 mark for the condition, 1 mark for the error, and then 1 mark for getting the input and determining the length of the card number. So it's over to you to have a go at answering some questions that utilise input validation. Question 3 requires you to write input validation for a maths games problem and ensuring that the second number that the user enters is greater than the first number. Question 4 requires you to ensure that the numbers that the user is inputting is between 1 and 14.